Welcome back. Continuing on our talk on life of zero gravity, I'm with Mr. K. Jagdish, and this is the third book. And this third book is called Extend Life Through 4D. And I think you're talking about time as the fourth dimension.
Yes, it is correct. Time is actually the fourth dimension in human life. The three dimensions everybody is aware of.
Right,
Time, it is actually called as space time. There
right,
cannot be time without space.
right,
There cannot be space without time.
correct,
They are knotted together.
right,
But unfortunately, our ability to comprehend what time is highly deficient, or we are totally ignorant of it, is what I can say. So time is actually the fourth dimension of life. Without the time, nothing can happen. And obviously, it is a part and parcel of space. They are knotted together. So you need to value time.
correct,
You can store anything in the world. Time is not, it is also a concept, but it is also a source of potential energy,
right,
which we are unable to recognize. You look at the human lifespan, it could be 75, 80, 90, 100. So within that limited period, you have to use the life in a better way. I'm not talking about the proper utility of the time. I'm talking about the time itself as a source of potential energy.
right,
And we need to recognize that. You can't afford to waste even 5 minutes just like that, because
correct,
it is energy.
correct.
It's a passive energy. Electricity also is a concept. But when you touch it, you know what the effects are. So here it doesn't give an effect immediately,
Right.
because there is a very nature of energy. It's
Correct.
a passive energy.
Correct.
It's a potential energy. Without time, there's nothing that's going to happen
Absolutely,
in this world.
absolutely, absolutely. We understand that. You also, in one of the chapters, are saying that you talk about brain menu. A menu is in a restaurant. I mean, what is this brain menu about?
Oh, that's an interesting question, in fact. Brain, as we all know, people generally say it is just brain is not working like that. That is a normal comment of almost all the people.
Correct.
Brain has two hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere.
Yeah, yeah, we know that. The right controls the left controls the right.
That is cross-wiring of the brain.
Correct.
The right side of the brain has a potential of 87%, and I have described it here as 80%, 87% of right brain is in holistic mode,
Right.
while 13% of left brain is involved in linear thinking mode. Generally, people use the left brain more than the right brain, because that is where the worldly life is more involved. The right brain comprises of or contributes to imagination, music, memory, creative, instinct, emotion, art. These are the basic functions of the right hemisphere of the brain, which is contributing to 80%, 87% of our life.
But that's almost, that's quite a lot.
Yes, quite a lot. And left brain has a portfolio of 13%. It is linear thinking,
Right,
and it is rational.
right.
It is
the rational
symbolic.
brain. It's symbolic.
It is digital.
Right,
Mathematics is a part of the left brain.
correct.
Analytic and objective.
Right,
People with left brain being hyperactive, it is they achieve their objectives and goals easily because they're focusing on that.
right.
And in terms of the stress on the mind or even on the physical body, the more you use the left brain, greater the stress.
I see.
That is why when we are stressed up, you switch on your music system and listen to music
Right, right.
to relax.
Correct.
So what does it mean? That means
The
your
right brain is taking over.
right brain is compelled to listen to you, and then you are pumping in resources or tapping the resources of the right brain.
Correct, correct.
And the brain is crosswired. There has to be a balance for the human being to continue his life in the normal manner.
Correct.
The right side of the brain controls the left part of the body.
Right.
Left brain controls the right part of the body, and you find many left-handers, like Barack Obama is a left-hander.
Yes.
Bill Gates is a left-hander.
Yes.
Oprah Winfrey is a
Right.
left-hander, and Napoleon and a host of other names. That shall never mean people who have fared well should have only right brain working. It's not to be misunderstood like that.
All right.
So,
But that's the cross wiring that you are talking about.
and it is required for the body balance.
Right.
There is a synergy required. So it happens like that. And even in terms of motor control of the body, it has to synchronize. So that is what is about.
Okay. Final question. We know Dr. Stephen Covey in his book talks about fourth generation time management concepts. I wanted to know, because you've said time and space, how is your concept of time and space connected or not connected to the modern time management concepts?
I'm not trying to contest with that author.
Okay.
Maybe a world-renowned figure.
Yes.
He has only talked about prioritizing.
Correct. Urgent and important, that's what he talks about. That's
He's
right.
talking about the priority of the job on hand.
Correct.
I'm not on that issue.
Okay.
I'm totally on a different platform.
Right.
I'm trying to say that time is a source of energy.
Right.
So how to utilize the energy and not to waste it in any manner, that is what I'm trying to. So priority comes next.
Correct. So essentially you're talking about that we all have that much of time and what we can do to get the best use of that time. Is that right?
Correct. See, if you ask for tips and suggestions from me,
right,
an author can describe various aspects of a subject, give analogies which can be driven home, remembered, and made use of. I can give you description. I can't give you a prescription. Prescription, you have to write your own prescription.
Right.
How to do it, what are your circumstances, how to tailor the information that is available by virtue of these books is something left to the individual. There cannot be a general prescription. You have to write your own prescription. I can give you the description.
So you are giving us a parameter within which we have to find our own answers.
Yes. By writing the right prescription and following the prescription. You have to administer the prescription yourself.
Absolutely.
There is no external entity whatsoever involved. It is also not possible.
Very true. So, great. What's next?
Yeah, probably by this year end we are coming out with a book.
Okay.
Which should be a global talk.
Okay.
Again, I repeat my statement which I made earlier. It is all applied spirituality.
Right.
You can't go on publicizing spirituality because that is not the nature of the subject, nor there are takers for it. You'll have to pick the leads from spiritual base, philosophical base, translate it into reality, give it to the world. That is where you can take advantage.
Fantastic. So, therefore, we started with the concept of life of zero gravity, and the tips and techniques mentioned in all these three books can lead us to a life of zero gravity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Zero gravity, let me make my point again, reiterate my stand.
Right.
I have told you in the beginning that our human mind has the weight of the earth.
Correct.
In it.
Correct. You said that right at the beginning.
We should reduce the weight. How? By controlling the mind, by fashioning the mind, using time as energy. You can't store time. You can store anything under the sun, but not time.
Yes, absolutely.
These are the methods. Thereby, you reduce the weight of the brain. Then it tends towards zero gravity. There are other techniques to follow to be precisely in terms of zero gravity from a typical dictionary meaning of it, I would say. That you need to practice it in your life by focusing on various aspects and thus make the life weightless. And incidentally, everybody talks about subconscious, semi-conscious, unconscious. What I'm trying to say is tend towards super consciousness if you want to experience the life of zero gravity.
Right. Thank you so much.